Hey there, boys and girls, it's the Reverend. We're here with another L2P video road test. Today we are looking at the AlesisUSBPro drum kit. We've had this one for a little while and just haven't been able to get the video together, so first off, our apologies to those of you who have been waiting for it. We're actually talking about two completely separate pieces of equipment here, so we're going to intro it by looking at those two pieces separately. The first thing is the actual kit itself. This is the latest iteration of the Alesis DM Pro kit. It's a 5-piece kit. All of the pads are the same 8-inch pads, including the kick. All of the pads are dual zone, which means that you have one sound on the head and another sound on the rim. Hi-hat, dual zone crash cymbal, so you have one sound on the cymbal itself and a separate one on the bell. And then on the ride cymbal, you've really got some possibilities, because there are actually two inputs, two separate dual zone inputs, so you can actually have 4 sounds on this cymbal, which is kind of nice. It really opens things up. A couple of things that we really like a lot in setting the kit up. First off, there are no special tools or anything needed. Everything adjusts with just a standard drum key. Okay, so something you ought to have around anyway. You don't need to get anything special. We put this together out of the box in about 20 minutes. Since then, although it's been moved around for sessions at different places, it has not been taken apart. We can loosen it up a little bit, fold some things over, take the cymbals off, and fit it in the trunk of a car real easily. Yeah, try and do that with a 5-piece acoustic kit, or put it on, or take it out of the trunk, take it in the house, and have it set and ready to go in 5 minutes. And it does come with a kick drum pedal. It's a chain drive. Every drummer I've had use this brought their own pedal. It's just a drummer thing. I think they wanted to use something that they're comfortable with. One or two things that we'd like to see different. Part of it is just a weather thing. We're in Las Vegas. The weather here gets extremely hot and extremely cold, and that can cause things like metals and plastics to expand and contract. And we've had some of these clamps get too tight or loosen up on us when we weren't expecting it, just from the heat or cold. So what you might want to do, especially if you live in an area like that, is just put some felt underneath, in between the actual pole and the actual clamp. Just to give you a little bit of extra cushion there, to make up for expanding and contracting. The other thing is, and this is really small stuff, but if you look at where the inputs are on the cymbals, it's literally impossible to put the cymbal, I'm sorry about the dogs, put the cymbal on the stand after it's already plugged in. You have to plug the cymbal in to the control cables and then put it onto the stand. So that's the kit itself. The other piece of the puzzle is the controller. This comes with the Alesis Trigger I/O. Now, since we got this piece for the review, they've come out with a new version of this that actually has sounds built into it. But this one is strictly an input-output device. If you look at the back of it, you'll see that there are inputs for each of the triggers. There's a power, and if you can see it back there, there's a MIDI, and next to that there is a USB output. So if you've got a drum machine that you like on the sounds on, in a minute we'll get to the actual demoing of this, and when we did that we used a Boss drum machine just because it was what we had around and was easier than carting around the computer. So you can do that via the MIDI, or you can come out the USB output and go into a computer. For a long time we were using nothing fancy. God, it's a mess back here. You can see down there, it's just an old Mac Mini. That's a G4 Mac Mini. You can get them on eBay for about, I don't know, I think they're running under $100 these days. And a monitor. It comes with a version of BFD Lite. And we were using the USB here when we were using it in the studio. The new version does have all of the sounds from the basic BFD Lite package built into it, so you can actually just come audio out. The USB thing is very, very cool because you can use Reason or any of those kind of programs, virtual instruments, and get any sounds you want. You know, there's a new package that's just come out called Ocean Way Drums with some unbelievable drum sounds recorded at Ocean Way Studios, and you could use a kit like this and access those sounds via the USB on a laptop. And we just happen to have it on this computer because I didn't have a laptop available. So anyway, now the one thing that you need to understand is that with the kind of capability this has comes some added complexity. And as you can see there on the front panel, there's a lot of parameters that can be changed on this. Unlike a kit that where the triggers are set up to go with the sounds or with the head, this is basically allowing you to use any triggers you want and any sound source that you want. So you can not only set the MIDI channel and the trigger MIDI note, which gives you your sound, but you also have control for gain, for the velocity curve, for threshold, crosstalk, which is, you know, how much like another drum may trigger when you hit one, and give you some like maybe a little bit of a more open sound if you set it right, re-triggering, and the actual trigger type. You're going to spend some time playing with this to get it right. But again, you've got a tremendous amount of capability. Like I said, with extra capability comes some complexity. So all the manuals are available online. We lost ours ages ago, so that's where we got it. Okay, so this is basically the kit, what it looks like. We're going to cut here for a minute and show you how it works.